Okay, for video number 2, what I've done is I've put the slab that I just rolled on top of a piece of plastic at my table and station. Note, I am not putting it directly on top of the wedging table. That will dry out my clay and make it unusable. So put it directly on a piece of plastic. You're then going to use a ceramics ruler. It's just a regular ruler, but that it's used for ceramics. It's in a cabinet labeled ceramics rulers only because they have clay on them. And if you put this back with the regular rulers and somebody who's a drawer or painter uses this, they're going to mess up their paper or canvas and be very mad. Use this to cut out the shape that you want. I'm using a new tool. This is a sgraffito tool. It has a knife edge to it, and it has a pointy, sharp metal edge to it for creating different textures in clay. We're going to use the knife edge of it today, and I'm simply going to cut my slab into nice, straight pieces that I'll use for my project. If you are very precise, you can measure this with the ruler and make sure that you're making it all the same distance, and you can use the ruler just like you normally do. The next thing that's going to happen, and I'm going to show you guys this right now, is I'm going to take a small piece of it and show you how to form this together. Slab construction is really simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take two slabs and put them together like this. But what has to happen is you have to weld the two pieces together so they don't fall apart, just like when we welded the coil pot yesterday. To do that, I'm doing a process called slipping and scoring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch and score into the clay on one side in a crisscross manner, making a lot of surface area for the next piece of clay to go on top of. This piece of clay, I'm taking the surface that's going to be touching that, and I'm going to score this as well. Now my clay is really plastic, so it's really good. I don't have to wet it. And I'm going to take this side and I'm going to smoosh them together. Okay. Now it creates a little bit of adhesion, but now what I'm going to have to do is take here my sgraffito tool, and I'm going to weld the corner right here. You need to make sure that it's one solid piece all the way through. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to weld this other side too. Now what I do with this is I score into it very deeply to make sure that the clay is welded together all throughout and not just on the edges. If you don't do that, it's going to fall apart on you when it dries. If you look here on the edge, you'll see that I scored it and created a little divot. I will take some new clay and I'll fill that divot in. Just like this. And I'll smooth it out. And then I can take the wood rib tool and I can smooth this surface back and make it nice and uniform all throughout.